We're ready for game 2 now for these two teams on the day. It's Raleigh Ring of Fire taking on Austria Forward. The two teams both winning their first matchups of the day. Raleigh beating France's Isnogud 15-11. Austria beating Germany's Family Ultimate 15-11. So these two teams coming in undefeated so far. Here in what has been a beautiful day in Lebanon, Ohio. Rain has held out. A little bit of a drizzle early this morning has turned into some partly cloudy sunshine. Ring going to be starting on defense for this one. Austria will be receiving. It's two teams, second game of the day, last game of the day as well. Both will play the last 2 games of pool play tomorrow before moving to power pools on Tuesday. It's the setup they have for this WFDF tournament here. Ring warming up, getting ready. Game advisor giving these players one last bit of advice before they start. A couple notes on Austria before we get underway here. They're currently the 2017 reigning national champions in Austria. First time they won since the last time around of the World Ultimate Club Championships. They won 3 prior to those World Ultimate Club Championships back in local Italy in 2014. Won their first one in 2017 to earn their spot here. One of 2 Austrian teams, the other one being Big Easy here at Lebanon for these World Ultimate Club Championships. Ring set here with a D-line look. Noah Saw with the disc, getting ready to pull. Forward sporting their maroon jerseys out here. It's actually spelled FWD, but the intention, of course, being like a forwarded email. You have team name, call themselves Forward. Moving on so far, 1 game down, looking to pick up what would be a monumental win for them against the heavy favorites in this pool, Ring. Good pressure so far early on at this point from Ring. David Doppelbauer with the disc now for Forward. Swing all the way across the field for Michael Zellinger. Zellinger and his brother Moritz. Both the two of them, Michael Zellinger and Moritz Zellinger, part of this team. There's actually a group of 4 of them that actually played in Austria over the course of the couple of years here. Great defensive look there, and then in the end, it's a goal for Austria. That's going to be Julian Mentz reeling it in for the first goal of the game. 1-0 Austria leading. Andrew McKelvey chasing it down, unable to get there. Fantastic start for Austria here. Coming out on defense next. Austria leading 1-0 now. Ring getting ready to receive for their first offensive point of the game. Mentioned the Zellinger family before that last talk went up. There's 4 of them in total. 2 of them playing on this team. Last one, Hannes, playing with the World Guts and Ultimate Championship team back in 2016. Shot here from Nethercutt, looking downfield for Jack Williams. Williams to the back of the end zone, bringing it in stride. Excellent throw from Nethercutt, and Williams making it look easy. Coasting out of that one. Tie game, quick hold from Ring. Ring tying it up at 1 now. Apparently talking about the Zellinger family results in a huck for me, so we're going to move on from that storyline. I'll have to return to that later in the game, see if that works out. Set for defense here, second time for the Ring D-line to take the field. Different look this time around as well, bit of a different group out there. Eric Taylor with the disc now, getting ready to pill for Ring. Taylor, one of the members of the U24 team that went to Perth, Australia for the U.S., along with several of other teammates on Ring. 5 in total for Ring that competed out in Perth. Great pull there from Ring, giving him a chance to set this defense up. Over the top throw here for Forward. Finding David Doppelbauer along the sideline again. Doppelbauer now. Floaty disc. Taylor going up for it, getting a piece of it, knocking it away. Foul called though. Paul Dragishnig, excuse me, making the call there. Ring discussing what they'll do on a return of play here. They'll go back to a matchup look instead. Game advisors coming in to provide a little bit of insight here. Well, we got a break in the action here. We'll go to the Zellinger family. I mentioned the 4 different players. 2 of them currently on this team, Michael and Moritz. Michael actually acting as the national team head coach as well for Austria. So, very involved in the Austrian scene. Swing around here for Austria. Over the top throw, looking for Doppelbauer again, and knocked away that time. Alan Laviolette making the play to knock it away for Ring. Elijah Long picking up. Unmarked as of right now. Up to Taylor, back to Long. Taylor once again, as Austria finally figures out the matchup. Elijah Long all the way to the sideline. Bobbled there. Unfortunately, Josh Herzog unable to bring that in before leaving the field of play. But just back over to Austria now. Ring will reset the zone look they started the point with. Inside throw there, right off the hands of Doppelbauer. Can't believe it, looking down in disbelief. Ring utilizing this break side early as Hastings up to Laviolette. Into the end zone here from Laviolette. Once again looking for Josh Herzog. Again, just a little bit too far. Floating out the back of the end zone before Herzog can bring it in. Couple of turnovers here. Ring being aggressive on defense to start this game. Winning that first game 15-11. Ended up with a pretty comfortable win. Only 1 break given up the entire game. Late in the game, Francis Isnagood got one back. Made it a little bit tighter before Ring finally put it away. So they revert to this zone look. Popped in the air, and Doppelbauer, Dragnishig, unbelievable effort to avoid a Callahan there. As Josh Mullen closing in, would have easily had that one for the score for Ring. Contact call, I believe, on the mark. Disco reset here. Doppelbauer outfield now, number 71. Lots of space to work with right now. No one really near him. Michael Zellinger hanging out in this backfield space. Hunter Taylor marking him a bit closer for Ring. Forward having a tough time moving the disc, and as they do that, they swing it and miss the swing. Austria, a number of turnovers on this point. That Ring zone giving them a lot of trouble so far in this game. Ring with another chance to break here. Already the 3rd possession for each team on this point. Elijah Long to J.D. Hastings, and that'll be a break for Ring to start the game. 2-1 now. Ring getting the early break and taking the early lead over Forward. Ring with the break there, going up 2-1 now. Elijah Long finding J.D. Hastings, 2 former teammates on UNC a couple years back. Long still playing and just finishing up now, recent grad of UNC Chapel Hill. Hastings at grad school at UNC Wilmington. Of course, the in-state Frisbee rival of Darkside. Dragnishig picking up here, centering to Reuter, one of the captains of this Forward team. Different look right now as Ring moves into a matchup person defense. As Reuter gets the disc on the goal line. Reuter, a member of the World Ultimate and Guts Championship team that competed back in 2016 for Austria in London. That team finishing 9th in the tournament. Dragnishig taking a shot along the sidelines, not going to come back in. Great pressure there from Saul Yannick on the mark, making it difficult for Dragnishig to have any angle downfield. A little bit windy here in the early going. It's picked up since the first game of the day for both teams. Forward competing in their first game of the day against Germany's Family Ultimate. Tightly contested contest early on. The game tied at 9 before really Forward turn on the Jets and put the game away. Deep shot here looking for Justin Allen. Beautifully floated huck by Yannick, and that's going to be an easy goal for Ring. Another break now as Raleigh leads 3-1. Back-to-back breaks for Ring as they lead 3-1 now. Eric Taylor once again with the disc, set to pull. Looking to repeat his performance of pulling the first time around he had the disc, floating it down there, giving Ring plenty of time to get the defense set. Nice floating pull. A little bit of a crosswind here as it'll sit there and float back down. Austria once again set to go on offense, looking for some answers if they struggled so far in this one. After punching in that first hold, they've now been broken twice in a row, looking to get back on track offensively. Upfield now, Julian Mentz with the disc, aiming it downfield. Unable to get it to Zellinger. Michael Zellinger looked a little bit disappointed in the throw there. Reuter on the mark, matching up with Josh Mullen. Now Elijah Long for Ring. Josh Herzog, this time getting one inbounds. Had a couple aimed for him that have gone out of play. Good reset there from Long as Mullen was clogging the space. Laviolette with the disc, taking a shot downfield, looking for Herzog. Herzog going to bring that one easily in, towing the line, and that's another break for Ring. 3 in a row now, 4-1. Ring with the lead. Alan Laviolette with his second assist of this first half. After a timeout now, Forward back on the field, getting set for another offensive possession here. Ring with 3 straight breaks, taking a 4-1 lead. Definitely a tough start here for Forward. Not the start they were looking for by any means. Definitely a different approach from Ring as well. Last game against Francis is no good. Much closer contest. Ring gradually built that lead over the course of the game. Ended up winning by 4, but didn't really get too many back-to-back breaks. Instead, we picked up a break here or there throughout the first half. Picked up a couple more in the second half just to keep that comfortable cushion. Excellent pull here from Ring all the way to the back of the end zone. Dagenstig upfield now, finding Jakob Tobelt. Doppelhauser now. Dragonschnig upfield, finding Zellinger. Zellinger to the middle of the field now. Thought about taking a shot there as Matthias Neubauer had 3 goals in that first game against Family. Taking a shot, Dragonschnig now downfield, looking for Zellinger. Just out the back of the end zone. Another errant huck there from Dragonschnig. Had one blocked earlier by Saul Yannick. That one just a little bit too far for Zellinger out the back of the end zone. Tough start so far for Austria. So they get set to defend this one here. Adrian Ernst setting up to mark. So the disc is brought back into play. Ernst, one of 3 different players on this team to compete at the World Ultimate and Guts Championships, but with the mixed team playing with Austria there, alongside Benjamin Kahn and Florian Kahn, the 2 brothers, playing on the mixed team alongside Ernst. Yannick now resets to Saul. Jacob Fairfax with the disc this time around. Upfield to Justin Allen. Switch downfield from Forward, preventing any downfield movement. A turnover there. Intended for Saul. Just enough pressure from Forward to knock it away. Ernst doing enough to knock it away from Saul. Austria setting back up now in a good position to end this run by Ring. Close to the end zone here. Dragonschnig picking up once again. Taking a shot across the field over the top. That's going to be a goal right there, finding Sebastian Rees, his first goal of the afternoon. 4-2 now. Ring's still leading, but Austria getting back on track. Sebastian Rees with that last goal for Forward. First of the game here, but he had 4 earlier against Family to lead the team in that win over the German team. Back on offense is Ring. First time we've seen them on 0 and a couple of points after getting 3 successive breaks. Matt Zuka now in the middle of the field. A little bit of a poachy matchup look here from Austria as they set up, trying to prevent any deep hucks or anything into the middle of the field, forcing Ring to swing it from sideline to sideline. Matt Zuka and Guch Johannes working well together there to find their way out of there. Cyril's Bose now with the disc. Almost knocked away there. Really close, looking for Jonathan Nethercutt. Guch Johannes now on the sideline. Nethercutt way across the field for Matt Zuka. Nethercutt taking a shot downfield, looking for Cyril's Bose. The freshman from North Carolina elevating and bringing it in. Had a player down from Austria. I don't know if he turned an ankle or stepped in a bit of a divot on the field. The goal will stand for Ring, making it 5-2 here. A little bit of an anticlimactic end to that point after the injury there. Still, Searles Bowles bring it in, his first goal of the afternoon. 5-2 Ring. Goal there for Ring, their young standout Liam Searles Bowles going up to bring that one in on the huck from Jonathan Nethercutt. 5-2 now, Ring leading. Comfortable looking so far on offense. No real threat from Austria to generate any sort of pressure or get a break. Another deep pull here from Ring. Laying in the back of the end zone and rolling out. Jakob Talbot will bring it up to the front of the end zone here. Talbot, one of the coaches on this team actually, despite the fact that he still plays at Handler. He's been playing Ultimate since 2002. Was a member of that World Ultimate and Guts Championship team. Traveled to London in 2016 as well for Austria. Had 7 assists in that first game. See him with a nice throw over the top there. Finding an open receiver downfield. That's Zellinger bringing that one in. And a drop here as Doppelhauser. Another one going right off his hands. Had one in the earlier O-point as well for Vienna. LaViolette now. Upfield for Taylor. Quick movement from Ring as they move the disc into the red zone. Elijah Long now with the disc on the goal line. Upfield to Taylor. Taylor jumping, landing in the front of the end zone. Not quite yet. Hammer over the top. And finds Joshua Hartzog in the end zone for the goal. Goal for number 99. He's second of the afternoon now. Making it 6-2 now. Ring with another break. Another goal for Ring. Another break as well as they stretch the lead out to 6-2 now. Really tough start for Austria here, and Ring is putting together a phenomenal first half so far. Noah Saul with the disc now, getting set to pull. Austria set to receive once again. Lots of turnovers being forced from this Ring zone so far. It's made it very difficult for Austria to find any sort of rhythm or any sort of downfield movement. Nico Rapanig bringing that one in on the sliding grab. Upfield now. Finding Felix Nemec, the coach of this team, but a long-time handler. Tossing that one out the back of the end zone, though, once again looking for Rapatnig. Rapatnig, one of the players that traveled to Perth, Australia for the U24 championships back in January with Austria. He and his teammate Philip Powell, both representing Austria at the U24 World Championships. Saul Yannick, formerly of Carleton College, picking the disc up, walking it to the front line here. Bit of a zone look now from Austria. Noah Saul swinging around quickly to Andrew McKelvey. McKelvey coming over from Florida United after a year with the team. Patient offense from Ring. Cisco now getting the disc. Saul getting it back. All the way around to Joey Cortella now, longtime Ring player, making his first appearance at the World Ultimate Club Championships. Most of these players are, as Ring first time competing in these World Ultimate Club Championships since 1999. Excellent grab there along the sidelines from Justin Allen to save possession. Cisco putting that, not enough underneath that one. Yannick taking a shot deep, looking for Cortella. Two players in the air, but Cortella comes down with it. A goal for Ring. 7-2 now, just a point away a half for the Raleigh team. Austria back on offense here. The Vienna-based club team winning its first national championship since 2013 in this past fall. Coming back to the World Ultimate Club Championships. Second time appearing here. Finished 30th the last time they made it to this tournament. Dominic Ruder will pick up once again, centering the disc at just sail at the back of the end zone here. Lots of wind in this one. Ring not really seemed to be affected by it too much early on, but certainly Austria having a tough time moving the disc. J.D. Hastings there on the mark. Another junk look from Ring here as they look to take away the pull play and try and confuse this Austria offense. Hammer over the top here downfield. That one's complete. Nice throw downfield. Sebastian Rees now with a disc on the reset. Dragon Schnig upfield, finding Zellinger. Zellinger thought about the hammer, instead breaks around with the flick. Austria, best offensive movement they've had in several points. Back to Zellinger, and of course the curse of the commentator comes into play once again. As soon as I mention the offensive flow, there's a turnover. Laviolette taking a shot downfield now, looking for Hunter Taylor. Taylor running onto it, laying out, unable to bring it in, and a sensational effort there from Taylor. Inches away from making that play. Injury call as well, as Taylor will take a break from the field as he walks off. Seems to be okay, just a little shaken up after that one. Reuter bringing the disc up. Jacob Fairfax checking in here for Taylor on the injury. Fairfax, a Callahan finalist this year in 2018, playing his college days at UNC Charlotte. Continuing to grow in his role with Ring, as Ring will once again throw this zone look, making it difficult for Austria to move anywhere, and going right through the hands of Reuter there. Ernst trying to find him on the quick give and go and unable to complete that simple pass. Elijah Long now on the sidelines, breaking around. Hastings now with the disc, bringing it in a little bit awkwardly, but getting it nonetheless. Great effort there from Reuter on the mark. Long up line. Good switch. Inside now for Hastings, and Long to Hastings for the goal. Hastings punching it in, and that'll be half for Ring. 8-2, making quick work of this Austrian team. Austria having no answers right now for this Ring zone, and Ring continuing to roll early on and looking comfortable now, leading by 6 at halftime. Dominant first half from Raleigh Ring of Fire as they get set to play one of the few O points we've seen from them so far this game. 7 breaks in the first half for Ring, keeping that O-line on the sideline for most of the game so far. Austria with a pull. Big pull there. This one going to stay in bounds. Ring seeming like it's on its way to what would be a second victory of the day, moving themselves to 2-0 on the week. Austria in trouble here for sure. Would fall to 1-1 after the win over Family Ultimate. Deep shot here for in the area of Cyril's Bowls. Brett Matzuka laying out and bringing it in. Incredible effort from Matzuka. Unbelievable. Coming all the way from the other side of the end zone to reel that one in. Incredible grab there from Brett Matzuka to cap off a pretty quick O-point again, as the O-line will once again hit the bench. D-line back out there for Ring. Noah Saul at the pull. Gonna just drift out of bounds. Ring dominant in the first half. 7 breaks. Going up with a nice 6-point lead. Now up 9-2 so far. It's been rather unfair in this first half of this matchup. Noah Saul there with the pull. He's a Pennsbury alum from Pennsylvania. Playing not too far away now in Ohio. Deep shot here. Coming up from Austria. Nice grab is reeled in. We have Julian Mentz making the grab. Julian Mentz going up over the taller defender and making the play. It's 9-3 now. Austria getting the first hold for its offense out of half. Great grab there by Julian Mentz, reeling it in for the Austria goal. First hold of the second half on the first opportunity. Ring back on offense here. Taking another deep shot. Thought about it in the end. Henry Fisher going to have to come underneath. Jack Williams with this now. Up to Fisher in the end on an in-cut. Now Fisher takes a deep shot. Looking in the area of Goose Helton. Helton going up and bringing it in between 2 Austria defenders. Goose Helton, his first goal of the game. Ring continuing to coast on offense. 10-3 they lead. Another relatively easy hold there for Ring. Up 10-3 now. D-line taking the field once again. Austria sending their O-line back out there. Looking for another hold here. Austria yet to have consecutive holds in this game. After getting one early on to start the game, a lot of breaks going Ring's way in that first half. Austria, a much newer team than Ring. Ring founded back in 1986. Austria just popping up a couple of years ago. This team, actually, a good chunk of them played previously in the mixed division for a couple of various number of mixed teams based in Vienna. In the end, decided that they wanted to put together a solid open team. And so Forward was born. And Forward over the last several years has been successful in Vienna. Upfield now, just outside the end zone, is Sebastian Rees. Rees to Zellinger. Now back to Rees, and that's a goal for Rees. That's his second goal of the game. Zellinger with the assist. It's going to be back-to-back holds here for Austria. Austria on defense now after getting another hold there. Sebastian Rees adding his second goal of the afternoon after picking up 4 in that first game against Family Ultimate. 10-4 now. Austria still trailing by a pretty sizable margin here. Long floaty pull coming down to Jonathan Nethercutt. Zone look here from Austria. Looking to shut down that ring pull play. Cyrils Bose coming in that open side. The freshman from UNC. Making an impact this year on that team that ended up winning a national championship. Now Matt Guccio-Hannes, his teammate on that team, one of the seniors, will be returning for his 5th year. Takes a shot downfield looking for Jonathan Nethercutt. Nethercutt elevating and bringing it in. A goal there for Jonathan Nethercutt. Matt Guccio-Hannes finding his coach and current club teammate. Jonathan Nethercutt reeling that one in for Ring of Fire. Usually on the assisting end of some of those deep shots. That time Matt Guccio-Hannes setting up his college coach. Ring up 11-4 now. Noah Saw with the pull once again. Really strong showing so far from Ring. Continuing to coast here, up 11-4. Just a couple points away now from putting this game to bed. Austria, a slow start, never really got going. Got the first hold of the game. And then Ring held and broke off 3 straight breaks. Upfield Blade there, excellent throw. Finding Zellinger. Back upfield to Zellinger. Zellinger putting upfield, but into the vicinity of Joey Cretella. Cretella knocking it away. Matthias Neubauer, the intended target, unable to get that one in. Neubauer, one of the 8 players on this Austria forward team to compete with the World Ultimate and Guts Championship team in London back in 2016. 11 players in total featuring for Austria at that tournament. Around throw here, Noah Saw with the disc. Upfield to Cretella, who had that last D. Inside throw, Justin Allen. Nice little backhand there to find Saul Yanuk. Cisco now at the disc. Upfield again to Allen. Patient offense from Ring as they work out the field. And Allen taking a shot. Looking for Cisco. Cisco going up, unable to get there though, as Dragonschnig locks it away for Austria. One of the first times today we've seen Ring unsuccessful on a deep shot. Dragonschnig getting that D there. Central handler for this Austria team in this game. Another zone look as Ring settles back in on defense. Dragonschnig now upfield. Finding Julian Mentz. Mentz, one of the captains of this Austria team, along with Dominik Ruder. He's been playing Ultimate since 2010. Along the sidelines here is Zellinger, the Austria national team coach, trying to find a way back into this one for forward. Over the top throw, finding Mentz again. Mentz finding a lot of spaces in this Raleigh zone downfield. Neubauer now. Finding Doppelbauer. Upfield to Jakob Taubold. One of the coaches on this team taking a shot with a hammer to the end zone. Unable to find Neubauer. Second time now that Austria is trying to find Neubauer in the end zone. Just a little bit too blady on that hammer throw. Taubold unable to fit it in. Noah Stahl now resetting the disc on the front of the end zone. Both these teams' rosters are rosters you'll see throughout the entire season for both of these clubs as Justin Allen takes another rip downfield, looking for Andrew McKelvey. McKelvey going after it, but Dragonschnig again with the D. Second straight time he's beaten the ring player deep. Zellinger taking a shot, nobody home. Miscommunication there. He believed that Talbot was cutting deep. Mentioned before, these two rosters are the ones that you will see when they compete throughout the rest of the season. Neither team picking up any additional players for the World Ultimate Club Championships. Noah Saw once again picking up. Talbot marking up with him. Timeout called by Saul Yanuk. We're now coming out of the timeout here. Mike Denardis giving the instructions to his team. Setting them up here. Giving his offense a little pep talk, trying to give him a little bit of motivation here as the offense became stagnant on this point so far. Reuter matching up with Saul Yanuk. Upfield to Justin Allen, running a little flood play there. Critello now with the disc. Quick movement to Cisco. Ring just continuing to work the open side as McKelvey gets it now. Breaking it around to Yannick. Noah Saul up to Yannick, a little bit floaty, brings it in. Saul and Yannick, the backfield pair for this Ring offense. Been consistent all game long, punching a lot of breaks for this Ring team. Laviolette now upfield. And I believe Saul Yanuk started to look upfield before bringing that one in. Just let it get out of his line of sight and dropping that one on the goal line. Excuse me, that was Joey Cretella dropping that one. Tobel now with the disc. Back upfield for Muntz. Talbot once again getting the disc. A lot more active in the second half as Talbot. He's been moving the disc a lot, and now Austria will call a timeout of its own as Forward decides to tuck it over. Figure out how to try and punch this one in. Forward calling the timeout, the second one of this point. Ring already calling one earlier on. Long point here as both teams looking to battle it out. Ring still leading 11-4. McKelvey on the mark as Reuter picks up. Ring throwing another zone look, a little bit different than the previous ones we've seen, just making some slight tweaks here. Trying to shut down this Austria offense once again. Dragonschnig and Reuter. Reuter now putting a hammer downfield, and Justin Allen getting in the way of that one. Injury called, though. Gonna be an injury for Austria. Looks like a turned ankle there as Zellinger will limp off the field. Michael Zellinger. Not a sight you like to see. The Austrian national team coach is gonna have to take one here. Sebastian Reese checking in for the injured Zellinger. That'll be Ring's disc here on the reset. Alain Laviolette with a disc off to your right-hand side. Laviolette coming over from Truck Stop, playing a year with them. Also a member of the 2016 DC Breeze. Coincidentally enough, he was also on that team with one of his Ring teammates in Brett Mazuka. Swing out of bounds there as once again Ring will get set to play some defense. The long point continues and the heat is not helping anything. The sun coming out a lot stronger here in the second half than it was in the first. Wind's still blowing, but definitely feeling the heat now. Talbot over the top here, finding Reese. Doppelhauser into the end zone. Just a little bit of a miscommunication. I'm going to a foul called, though, as Sebastian Reese calling the foul on Alain Laviolette, looking for Julian Menz in the end zone. Two teams discuss it. Going to be a turnover, though, I believe, as Noah saw Yannick figuring out who's going to be picking it up. More discussion here, as it seems like a little bit of a contest here. Julian Mentz and Sebastian Rees pleading their case. It's a turnover here as Austria will switch over to defense once again. Austria in action once earlier this season, getting a chance to play at Windmill. Beating one of the other teams in this pool, Francis Isnagood, who Ring played earlier today. 14-11 in that one. Team went 6-2 on the weekend. Saul now with the disc. Quick switch there, forcing the disc all the way around to Laviolette. Quick correction there from the earlier mention that I made about Laviolette being on the DC Breeze. He previously played with the Atlanta Hustle, not the DC Breeze. So he was not teammates with Brett Natzuka. Some contact on the mark, going to be waved off though by Justin Allen. Turnover in the end zone. Austria will pick up with a chance to what will be a long hold here in the end. Ruder picking up. Saul Yannick on the mark. Talbot now with the disc. Thought about going over the top there as Talbot now will look to dump it back. Stall count rising, getting it off in the end, but stagnant offense so far. Not much of a look as now Ruder lofts it up looking for Mentz. Mentz brings it in. Incredible grad and some more contact there. I think a little bit of discussion between Reese and Allen. In the end, it'll be a goal for Julian Mentz, bringing it in, one of the captains for Austria. Austria back on defense here. A long marathon point there, ending in an Austria hold. Took a lot of possessions for each team. Each team actually calling a timeout during the point as well. Jack Williams running completely uncovered right now, taking a shot downfield, looking for Jonathan Nethercutt. Nethercutt coasting into the end zone. A quick score for Ring, making it 12-5. Ring pulling once again on the last point there. Jack Williams connecting with the other side of the Carolina rivalry. Jonathan Nethercutt, Callahan finalist to the Callahan winner. Austria back on offense now. We got a rip downfield coming right at us here. Gonna trail just out the back of the end zone, unable to bring it in. Benjamin Kahn chasing that one down just out the back of the end zone though. Had to dodge out of the way of that one as it came straight for us out here. Elijah Long, the UNC All-American, according to Ultiworld, picking up the disc here for the Ring offense. Hunter Taylor now with the disc on the sidelines. Looking for Terrence Mitchell, floating up. J.D. Hastings elevating and bringing it in. Excellent heads-up play from Hastings. Terrence Mitchell now into the end zone, just overthrowing a pair of Ring teammates. The wind's certainly becoming a factor here in this one. Austria back on offense now. They have the benefit of going downwind. Last time, though, did carry that huck out of bounds intended for Benjamin Kahn. Great layout grab there from Nico Rapodnig. Felix Nemec and J.D. Hastings in a bit of a confrontation right now, trying to figure out where they should reset to. Rapodnig still with the disc. All the way around to Nemec. Nemec, another member of that World Ultimate and Guts Championship team back in 2016. One of the 8 here playing on the Open Division team for Austria. Got another call now, some contact on the mark. Josh Hartzog figuring it out with Dominic Ruder. Nemec now taking a shot downfield. Carrying and not quite enough on it. Some contact downfield. Terrence Mitchell in the middle of the field with the disc. One of the young players on the Raleigh Flyers. We'll be taking on Austin Soul in just a couple of weeks in the AUDL playoffs. Mitchell with a great around break there for Hartzog. Finding Elijah Long now. Back to Hartzog. Another call downfield. A couple more calls coming up in the second half of this game. Definitely slowing down the pace of the offenses. Elijah Long to that break side. Nobody home, though. A little bit of a miscommunication. I believe he thought Terrence Mitchell was peeling back for the cut. Upfield now, taking a deep shot just over the outreached hands of Elijah Long. In the end, looking for Lorenz Zerloff. Unable to bring that one in, though. Zerloff, the coach of the Austrian U17 national team, dating back to 2016. Been one of the main pullers on this defensive line for Austria. Elijah Long to Josh Mullen. Mullen upfield now to Terrence Mitchell. Mitchell going up and making a great grab there. Mitchell taking a shot downfield, going upwind. Finding Hartzog. Hartzog to Hastings. Back to Hartzog and up to Hastings once again for the quick give-and-go score. Hastings spiking that one with authority. 13-5 now. Ring with another break. Austria set to receive here, trailing 13-5. Ring has been all over them in this one. Got off to an early start. Getting a couple breaks up there to get to 4-1. Ended up taking half at 8-2. It was a really strong first half of that Ring D-line. Continuing to look strong in the second half as well. Comfortable lead now, leading by 8 here. Another deep pull here. Lots of hang time on this one. Dragonschnig picks up to Reuter. Ernst Dancer on the backfield with him. Reese now with the disc. 2 goals already in this game. Mentz now upfield. Great throw into space for Bauer. Now back to Reese. Playing some small ball there with Doppelbauer. Reuter going way back to get this one. Dragonschnig. Dragonschnig taking a shot downfield, looking for Mentz. Cretella giving chase, but Mentz going up and bringing that one easily. The captain with his second goal of the game for forward. Making it 13-6 now. Ring on offense here. Great offensive possession there. Very fluid from Austria. Settling down. Nice deep shot there. Finding Julian Mantz in the back of the end zone for a goal. Mantz, one of the 2 captains of this team, along with Dominic Reuter. Reuter also the head of youth training in Vienna, which is where the club is based. Another long floaty pull here coming downwind. Jack Williams to receive. Brett Madzuka, a little flood play looking for his former machine teammate, Goose Helton. Helton upfield now. Finding Liam Searles-Bowes. Upfield for Dylan Lanier. Lanier, one of the 4 Carleton players, taking a shot downfield. Finding Jacob Fairfax in the end zone. Quick hold for Ring. Utilizing that break side well, making the win look like nothing. That's Lanier to Fairfax for the goal. Forward back on offense here. Looking to stave off what seems to be the inevitable now as Ring leads 14-6 in this one. Just needing one more to finish this game off. Eric Taylor set to pull once again. Lofty backhand pull here, coming to the back of the end zone. Actually going to drift out of play once again. Pretty strong upwind, downwind game. We're definitely facing what is the upwind side of the field. Most teams attacking in the direction away from us have been going upwind. Ring not having too much trouble with it. The team from Vienna forward is settling down in the second half. Definitely playing stronger on offense, but still not having a whole lot of success. But a closer second half, but all the same, Ring comfortably leading as they look to close this one out on defense. Reuter to Talbot. Talbot with 7 assists in the last game. Definitely contained a lot more by Ring here in the second game of the day for both teams. Back to Talbot now. Ernst upfield to Reuter. Hartzog on him. Back to Taubold. Taubold patient here, calling out his shots. Ring a little bit loose on some of their downfield plays. Definitely running a bit of a junk look still. Switching these front three onto the handlers whenever they get the disc. Taubold now with a hammer over the top. And just going to come up short. Trying to convert would have been a spectacular goal there. Trying to find Matthias Neubauer. Neubauer 3 goals in the last game. Unable to be connected to on any point during this one so far. Taylor taking a shot downfield looking for Taylor. Going to travel a little bit too far though. Taylor having a bit of a tough time figuring out this win. Pulled out of bound to start this point. Hunter Taylor trying to track that one down. Product of Virginia Tech. Former member of the then U23 national team before it became the U24 team just this past year. Member of the Raleigh Flyers as well. A good chunk of this Ring team is. Hartzog now putting some aggressive pressure on the mark. Sebastian Rees looking upfield. Finding Menz. Now up to Matthias Neubauer. Back to Ernst. Ernst, one of the players on that mixed team at the World Guts and Ultimate Championships back in 2016. Taubold now into the middle of the field. Great find. He finds Mentz. Mentz upfield to the goal line. Into the end zone for Mentz. That's going to be Doppelbauer with the assist. Austria not going away quite yet. 14-7. Ring still leading, but Austria making it a little bit more competitive here in the final minutes. Ring sending its offensive unit back on the field, looking to close this one out, leading 14-7 here. Austria getting that last hold in. Interesting pre-point routine there from Ring as they all decide to dab. Guess an honor French national team winning the World Cup today. Paul Pogba, notably of that team, famous for dabbing whenever he feels like. Matthew Johannes now back in the middle of the field. Working with Jonathan Nethercutt now. Good defense so far from forward, preventing this pull play from getting off. Up to Liam Searles-Bowes. Searles-Bowes back to Gucho Hannes. The two will be playing once again for UNC next year as Gucho Hannes returns for his 5th year. Bowes just for his 2nd year at UNC. Bob Blue now to Gucho Hannes. Dylan Lanier. Lanier with a lot of space. Excellent layout attempt, but Gucho Hannes digs it out. Oh my goodness, what a heads-up play from Gucho Hannes. Looked like a sure D for forward. Dylan Lanier now on the sidelines. Incredible effort from Gucho Hannes. Very much a heads-up play. Certainly part of the reason why he was named to the All-American team by Ultiworld this year for the men's college division. Shake up now on the goal line. Over the top to Nethercutt. Nethercutt flipping it to Lanier. Lots of patience here from this Ring offense on the goal line. Bob Blue gonna break around and just digging it out as Liam Searles-Bowes, the former freshman from UNC, bringing it in, but I think we're gonna get a travel call here, or a call about whether or not it was up. I believe Austria arguing that it touched the ground before Searles-Bowes was able to bring it in. In the end, going to stand as a goal. That'll be the end of the game. Ring with a 15-7 victory over Austria. Ring will go into what will be a nice break for them as they get the rest of the day off. 2-0 after beating Isnagood 15-11. Coming out, taking care of business 15-7 here against Austria forward. Not much of a contest. Ring jumping out to an early lead and putting it away pretty early. Strong performance from the defensive unit, throwing a number of different zone looks that made it difficult for Austria to get any sort of flow offensively. Austria now will drop to 1-1. Have the rest of the day off as well. Restart tomorrow with a game against Francis Isnagood. Raleigh, on the other hand, will be taking on Raleigh from Ireland. Two teams facing off. Raleigh winning their first game of the day, beating Francis Isnagood in a pretty lopsided affair to move to 1-0. We'll be playing that 5 o'clock round. Update you on the final score of that one tomorrow. So once again, that's Ring taking care of this one, 15-7. We'll be back out here again tomorrow morning at 9 as they take on one of the top teams in Ireland.